All right, guys. Sorry about the technical issues we were experiencing there.
Here we go.
We are good. We're actually chatting as we're trying to get the stream going. There was some issue with going back and forth between YouTube and Twitch, but appreciate
Here
it.
we are.
We are in the playoffs. We did it. We're in. Victory Monday mug is intact.
That it is.
Baker's feeling dangerous. Broke another record, another breaker of streaks. It feels damn good to be a relevant football team again, even though we played against backups today and made it a nail biter once again. We have a coach in his first season who led us to 11 victories.
I think that's a record.
11.
Yeah, I think you're right.
First time they put up a stat there and showed a lot of guys, including Butch Davis, I guess, had 10.
Yep.
But this is going to be a hard act to follow. 11 in your first season. Hopefully, we get some more depth and better players next year, which will make it a little bit easier. But
yeah,
it's going to be hard to follow.
Yeah, it's we need some help on defense, guys. We need to be healthy. Vernon goes down. That's bad. Not having Denzel Ward in there was clear. Stewart played well. They challenged T. Mitch over and over, and it really that one play where he got burned. I don't even think he got burned. I think he just made a great catch.
Yeah, I agree.
A great catch.
Yeah.
All his throws were places where made it very difficult. For Mitchell to defend. He was right there. There was nobody wide open, walking into the end zone like we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
I agree with Kyle on the chat. Coach of the year.
Yeah.
You got to give it to him. I mean,
you know what that reminded me of? I felt like I was back in the day. Me and my brothers, we'd always have Madden tournaments. And watching the Steelers offense, I felt like I was watching my two brothers play, and the one was losing, and he just kept throwing up prayers to the wide receiver, and he just found out a way to just keep coming down with. Like that's what I felt like I was watching. It was like
just throwing up, heaving the ball.
Yeah, like 4th and 10, throw it up, oh touchdown! Like, are you kidding me? And then another one between 3 guys. It just.
Steve T is calling out Mac
How
Wilson.
did Mac Wilson do? Did he have a bad game?
Oh yeah, he couldn't wrap up a sandwich. That guy.
Yeah, the one he had, I think Connor in the backfield or out in the flat.
Yeah.
For a 3-yard loss.
Yeah.
And he missed him, and he got a 2-yard, 4-yard gain out of it, and he just whiffed for the most part. He slowed him up a little bit, which only resulted in a 2-yard gain. Still, I mean, you got to make those plays. You just got to make those plays.
That's the thing. I'm looking at this guy Mac Wilson's a guy who talks a lot on, he's on Twitter, he's on Instagram, he's out there chatting it up and being like, everybody doubts me type guy. And then he goes out there and the performance that he put on, I mean, you got to make plays. You got to, if your job as a linebacker is to make tackles, you don't got to intercept the ball. You don't got to necessarily cover really well, but you have to stop the run. And when somebody comes in and pursues, and it's not like Connor is, Marshawn Lynch or Jerome Bettis. He bounced off him like it was like he was water. Just went boop and just
we had a lot of good plays on 1st and 2nd down, and some terrible plays on 3rd down. To let them stay on the field and our defense stay on the field. Mike, you texted me. Myles Garrett was a non-factor again. I don't know if they were double teaming him every time, but it seemed like by the end of the middle of the 2nd quarter, he was out of gas. The COVID may have depleted him so much that he just can't go. And I know that does it to people. I mean, you get COVID really bad, it'll take you months and months to recover, no less play football.
Yeah, and the 3 of us were talking earlier, and they're talking about it in the chat too.
Max is here.
I was just blown away by the play of Jacob Phillips, and he played so well, and he played violently, and we lack that in our linebacking core. And if that's the Jacob Phillips that we're going to continue to get week in and week out, thanks for drafting him, AB.
Yeah, he made a couple of nice plays.
Yeah, I mean, and he's one guy who's been dinged up, for a lot of the season too, and for him to be healthy now, is a very, very good. It's a good thing, it's a good thing for going into the playoffs. But like I said, guys, in the pregame, my barometer for success was making the playoffs. We make the playoffs. You have made me happy, and they even said it. They're just like a couple years ago we were 0-16. And then a year before that, we were 1-15. This isn't decades ago. We were the worst team historically in NFL history a couple years ago. Then we went through, a little side quest with Freddie that didn't work out,
Right.
and now we've got a real coach, and just doing what he had to do. And I got to tell you that third down and was it 3rd and 2 play where they ran that quarterback sneak, not sneak, but it was like the quarterback just around. It's like the old Tecmo Bowl play where it's just that curl that the quarterback has to go with Kareem Hunt and the guys leading the way, and
there was
ballsy call.
That was Plus, there was no fake up the middle. I thought that would have been the appropriate play. Fake it to Hump or Chubb up the middle,
right,
and then Baker just bootlegs it one way or the other, whichever looks
man. He's not fleet of foot.
And but yet no, they ran it as a straight bootleg to the outside sweep, and I think one of the guards pulled, and he led the way. He made a nice block, and then Chubb with a great. Or not Chubb, Hunt with a great block downfield, and it allowed Baker to make that first down, and that sealed the game. So
yeah, a couple of shout outs real quick. Gary Washington's here. I saw Max Nikolenko, Kyle Liu, Ara's here, American Saxon, S. Zupan, Mikey Mike, Mr. Roll Up 10. Who else we got in here? CH is here. DPS Starcraft. DPS is in the house. What's up, Dan? Guys, I want to say I appreciate you for being here and celebrating with us. This is a big game. This was a big moment for us as Browns fans. Ballistic Plays was going on. Edward Rahr's here. Christian M's here. Ellis in Orlando's here. Ellis, let's go. I got to tell you guys, I don't know this, and I have 2 days off now, so I can go and have some adult beverages of choice tonight, chill, relax, wake up tomorrow morning with the Mike Restano Victory Monday mug. I mean, it's just so it's amazing. It doesn't matter what happens next week. If we win, great. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We made the playoffs. We're playing relevant football again in January. Let's see, when will that game be? That game will either be on the 9th or 10th.
Gotta hope for Sunday.
Yeah, we gotta hope for the 10th. We should be able to petition the league and be please.
I saw something this morning. Schefter tweeted it out and basically said the NFL stance on scheduling for the games this week. They will not take into consideration any teams that will that'll have guys that will be eligible on Sunday as opposed to Saturday. That the scheduling will be the scheduling. But I mean, you look at New Orleans, they're probably going to be without Kamara, and maybe, depending on the test, they might not even have a running back room. So,
yeah, I mean, and that's the amazing thing. It's like the teams that are out there that have key players. Imagine if Pat Mahomes was out.
Yeah.
I know they have the bye, but imagine if Pat Mahomes is out. Then what?
Anybody can test positive this week. Even the fact that Pittsburgh played us and we had people that were exposed that may be testing negative, but they could be a carrier. And you tackle somebody, you sit on top and breathe on them, and all of a sudden 3 Pittsburgh guys go out, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, if that's it, who indeed we play. Plus they lost 3 or 4 to COVID, including Hayden. So they got something going around in there. facility as well. So
Yeah.
we only got to practice once, I think, right, this week. So let's hope this COVID thing, doesn't really have an impact on the playoffs. But you never know.
Oh, it absolutely will.
Did either of you guys see if I know he was on the COVID list, but I don't know if he tested positive or he was a close contact with Eric Ebron. I mean that would be big because he's well past him and Joe Hayden are well past the what would have been the 10-day window. So it's Sunday or Saturday for them doesn't even matter. But we know Hayden tested positive, but I didn't hear about Ebron if it was a positive test or have you guys?
No,
Yeah.
I just heard, right before the game when we were talking to Mark, that his name popped up as being, he wasn't going to make the game, and I don't know where does Ward stand? Does he miss it by
Ara said that Hayden has it, and Ebron was close contact.
Interesting.
Oh, Ward has the COVID?
Yes.
No. Oh yeah. Denzel has it.
Ward does.
Oh well, then he's done.
Well, he has so it's 10 days from I think it's either the first test or the first. Regardless, the 10th day would be Sunday. So if we could, so as long as he's healthy and he's not, showing it. I mean, obviously he's got to pass the test and stuff, but
right.
Some of these guys they take negative tests, but they're still, they can't breathe or whatnot, like Miles. But anyway, regardless, if it's Sunday, I believe if he has another negative test, he can play on Sunday. So whether they roll him out or not, that's
I mean, it depends
issue.
on how bad it is. If he's asymptomatic and has it, then play the damn guy. If he has it like Miles had it, which was bad.
Right.
Miles had it real bad. I don't think Miles is back from it yet.
I agree.
Which is surprising, but he's not even back from it. And it's been weeks. So, to be honest, I know some people were beating up Terrence Mitchell for some of those plays today, but you got to understand, Claypool is him and T. Mitch are not on the same playing field when it comes to athletic ability, or just physical gifts, right? I think he did as good as he could do, and that touchdown that he caught was a great touchdown catch. Claypool is just that good, and so. I think I'm more concerned about from a defense standpoint of just not being able to get off the field on 3rd and 4th down. It was painful watching this. Let me go and check out. I want to check out the stats from this game. Looking at 20, Mark Tefakis almost called it because I think he was saying it was like going to be like 24-26 or something like that. He came really close to calling it.
What are the scores? Trying to remember back.
Stats we have, if you can remember the score from the Wednesday, that'd be great. First downs, we had 21, they had 18. 3rd down, they were 18 of 17, we were 6 of 12, and the big one at the end. 4th down, we were 0 for 2, they were 2 for 2, including a touchdown pass on one. Total plays, they had 65, we had 62. Sacks allowed, we allowed 1, they allowed 4. Punts, they had 3, we had 3. Penalties, they had 2.
Sacked more than once, wasn't
he? Sacks allowed, we had 4, and they had 1. So we allowed 4 sacks. Yes, sorry if I got that screwed up. No fumbles, and then the big interception. This was, I mean, if we go back the last couple of games, we weren't getting turnovers. We certainly weren't winning the plus minus on turnovers. So today was it was like, oh my God, we got a turnover. When I was like, whoa, turnover. It happened. They exist.
And he got a good yardage on the return too. One more step and he would have went all the way. And Baker, when he scrambled, he had one guy to beat down the sidelines. And I guess Jones or Higgins was trying to block for him. And I figured, well, if he cuts back to the inside, he could make it. But I looked at the replay. If he cut back to the inside, the safety was coming down, would have clobbered him, on the blind side. So it was better that he did step out at that point and preserve the drive.
You see the new Cleveland Browns playoff merchandise, Mike?
You know what? You want to laugh. Just as you're saying that, I'm looking at that GV artwork one, like, whoa. Is that the one you're looking at?
I saw the GV artwork one on Twitter that I guess they had it in the locker room. And then if you go to the Browns shop, they have 2020 Browns, or they
Oh,
have
don't get me
2020
excited.
playoffs with the Browns helmet. Two different. It looks like there's two different hats. They look very similar, but there's two different hats that are just 2020 playoffs with the Browns helmet.
Cleveland wants more, huh?
And then Cleveland wants it more, I guess, is like the slogan. I don't know if I'd go with that. I kind of like the orange one though. That says Cleveland 2020 playoff Browns.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's a cool one.
Colts are up 10-0 on Jaguars in the first.
10-0.
10-0.
I'm not a huge curve hat guy, so I'm not really. I'm not that, and it's got like the belt buckle strap in the back. Yeah. I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Ooh, the belt buckle in the back.
Yeah,
That's a hard no from me.
Well, here, and you know what? Then there's one right below it, and you're like, wait a second, and that is the Velcro enclosure there, and Mike doesn't wear that either.
Yeah, I mean they look like they're cheap.
They really do. You know what it looks like? It looks like a golf hat you would get it if you went to the pro shop and you forgot your hat at home.
Yeah, it doesn't look.
No.
It's going to be a hard pass on that one. But I'm sure there's going to be other stuff that's going to come out in the next couple of days. The GVR art one looks great. You guys get a chance. I don't have a code that I can give out for GVR, unfortunately, but maybe next year.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad. The bite is back.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you care
nice.
whether the Titans beat the Texans or the Texans beat the Titans? Right
Doesn't
now,
matter.
it's tied up 3-3 in the first.
I don't think it matters either way.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
In terms of who we play, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. Chat, keep us honest there, but
Yeah.
I think we're locked in because we got to 11 games, so we're over the Dolphins. And
Well, I know we're in. Just a question of who do we play, and when they first
Clyde,
posted
welcome.
the win, it looked like it said we're playing the Dolphins because the 4 games hadn't been played yet. So it obviously meant something that one of those games or 2 of them had an impact as to whether we play the Bills or not the Dolphins, the Bills or the Pittsburgh. I guess those are our 2 options. And Steve T says we're playing Pittsburgh 100%.
There you go.
Same thing. Okay, good.
There you
I
go.
want to play the Steelers. I want to beat them twice in a row
That would be.
in their house.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Rosenberger.
Oh, that'd be unbelievable. Guys, we're gonna do homage and we're gonna do Sabo apparel, but I'm gonna do it with a link. So I'm gonna put a link in chat that you can enter using YouTube, Twitch, or if you're a Twitch subscriber, which is the new thing, you get bonus entries. So
Let me ask Chad again. Are we playing Saturday against the Steelers or Sunday? Does anybody know?
No, that's to be determined.
Oh, okay.
So we
TBD
keep our
on that.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm looking.
All right, so I just did a thing and they're purchased.
You're buying stuff already.
I am. I'm guilty. Guilty as charged.
All right, which one did you get?
The GV artwork.
Let's take a look.
I bought a surprise one for Laura.
GV artwork.
She was running around earlier. She's like, I'm crashing the show.
The playoff bound one?
Yeah.
Or this year? 2021 playoffs?
I got the playoff pound.
Playoff pound. The bite is back.
The bite is back.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to buy one of those as well.
You're gonna have to do it. You know you're.
I'm probably gonna have to. I just like the gray color, and their GV art is their stuff is like high quality.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. So yeah, so guys, there's a homage link. I'll link it a couple times just so you guys can if you guys want the shirt, I'm just gonna pull it this way. So I'm gonna put the link in there. Homage. So click on that link and enter that way, and I'll pull it. And then I'm going to do one for Sabo Apparel as well. It makes it easier and more like official if I do it this way versus doing it with the numbers and all that kind of stuff. Although it's fun, it's still like a little bit easier for me to administer it this way. Plus, it tells me who the people are. I have the email address. It's good to go. So go ahead and click to enter on that. In terms of, I guess the Steelers don't allow fans in the stands, though.
Did you guys?
So it might be clear.
Did you guys see the linebackers? I didn't see the whole dance, but I'm looking at it. But apparently, the Browns trolled Juju with a TikTok dance after the win.
I did not.
Yeah, I haven't pressed play, but I will send it your way.
I feel like the whole league is just sick of him doing the dance. You know, I feel like it's just annoying. Yeah, definitely send me that. I don't want to give them anything to be like to chew on though.
Yeah,
to be honest, I don't want to rub it in any way for these guys, but you know, it's just he seems like a nice kid, Juju. He really does. You know, but and a couple of weeks ago when we played Baltimore, I said that Lamar Jackson's is the most unlikable guy in the league. I think it might be Mason Rudolph. Like he is just he is very unlikable. Like it's like he doesn't even realize his brand is like people don't like you. You know?
Outside of Pittsburgh.
I don't think even people in Pittsburgh. You know, when we talked to Tefakis today, he wasn't like, "Oh yeah, we love him." You know?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty excited. I got to tell you, I am pretty excited about this Browns playoffs. Like I don't even know what to say. Like Browns are in the playoffs. We had a good game. I felt like we were in control the vast majority of it. I didn't believe Mason Rudolph was going to be able to convert that 2-point conversion. I really just don't. I didn't.
Well, there was still a minute 22 to go. So Baker was getting ready to lead them down and kick that field goal, you know, for the win if it was tied up. But when they missed it, I'm thinking, oh God, they got 3 timeouts. If we don't get a first down, they're going to be able to drive down and kick a field goal and win the game. But we were able to get that first down and have them use up their timeouts.
Yeah, I mean, I did not want it to come down to a field goal.
No.
I really did not. I did not want us to have it the whole season end on Cody Parkey. Just like that the onside kick. I sat there and I said it before. I go, we've had success with onside kicks all year. And it of course there was another onside kick. Of course. This would be a really interesting stat. And I don't even know how you would get it, but if we can see like how many Chichio, new follow, thank you Chichio on Twitch. How many times in a season have the Browns, Jack's Beans had to win the game with covering an onside kick? Hey, new subscriber, Iv Snarf, new subscriber over there on Twitch. You get those bonus entries in for the homage and the Sabo apparel if you're a subscriber on Twitch. So I appreciate it. And I'm also going to do some cool stuff on the Wednesday show for our Patreon people as well. So Patreon guys, you know who you are. We're gonna do something nice. Maybe we'll give away. Well, let's see if Homage and Sabo come out with some playoff stuff, because obviously GV was ready.
Yeah, that was hot off the press, huh?
Yeah, they were like, "We're good. We're ready to go." So
Did you see my little nephew over my shoulder there, Laura?
I did. I saw it.
He's got his onesie on every week, so he's like, he wants to go on the show. So
that's great.
He made the show.
He made his YouTube debut. Yeah, my daughter, who's 1 year old, she's about to turn 2. So my wife had the kids all dress up in their Browns pajamas. And then, so I got up early this morning to get the new overlay and all this stuff set up. And my wife goes in to wake up the baby. And she had, like, you know, babies, they when they, at night, sometimes they pee through the diaper because they just pee so much.
Yeah.
So she had peed through the diaper. So what Lindsay goes to takes her and goes to change her. And she goes, no. So Browns, Daddy, Browns. She kept saying that. She was yelling at her. So Lindsay put her in the Baker Mayfield jersey that I got for her, and she was happy.
It's
But
so funny because do you guys feel like I it's been so long and it's January and we just clinched a playoff spot, and I got to be honest with you guys, like I don't even know what I'm feeling right now.
I know,
Like obviously
I
I'm
feel the
excited,
same
but
way.
like I'm weird. Like I'm in a weird state right now. I don't know if anybody else that's listening or in the chat feels the same way, but yeah, I almost, if you said describe what you are right now, it would be awkward because I don't know what to feel.
We haven't been here before, you know,
Yeah.
in a long time. So we could have been there last week, but no, we had to wait until this week. And again, it would have been interesting if we had played them for the championship, whether they would have put Roethlisberger in. I think we would have played Baker to try to beat him to win it. So they would have been forced to play Roethlisberger and their starters to keep their division title.
Yeah.
So maybe that was in the cards, and we weren't supposed to do it that way. But we're getting them again next week. So just a question of it's Saturday or Sunday.
Yep.
National audience.
Mike Nemeth, thanks for the follow on Twitch, my friend. Yeah, guys, I mean, I feel the same way. I'm like, I don't know what to feel. I feel, Gary Washington says, it feels like we have more games left in the regular season.
Yeah.
It does. It feels like, wait, GG K-Goat, new follower on Twitch as well. Guys, you gotta follow on Twitch because I'm gonna start doing these giveaways and we're start really pushing out the bonus entries for the giveaways on Twitch. And if you subscribe, it costs nothing. It costs nothing to subscribe on Twitch if you have Amazon Prime. So go.
I feel like the last time I felt like this, it was for a totally different reason, and it was the 0-16 season when we were driving in order to avoid the 0-16, and Coleman dropped that ball on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like that's the last time like I had like some anxiety in the last game of the season. So I guess it makes sense as to why I'm just trying to figure out how I'm supposed to feel right now. It's weird.
Yeah, and I think that drop
slot down. We moved down a little bit, probably in the high 20s now as opposed to the low 20s.
Yeah, and that too. Like
Roman,
usually we're trying to figure out what quarterback we want.
Yeah.
or what coaches are available. Like, I mean,
yeah,
you know,
tomorrow
they're talking
would be,
about Urban
would be
Meyer,
Black Monday.
Black Meyer. New subscriber Ara, thanks for subscribing. Rachel says she's crying. She's still crying.
I don't blame her.
I'm not gonna lie. When they put up that banner that said we made the playoffs, like for a second there, I had to catch myself, and I was like, we actually did it. We actually did it, which is
it's amazing.
It's an amazing feeling. It's an awesome feeling. You know, and I think the other thing too is we didn't deserve it as fans. This has got to be the most passionate fan base in the NFL. I really believe that, because we never gave up on this team, and we could have, and so many people could have, and we didn't. And now to see us back in the playoffs, and yeah, do we have a chance to win? Probably not. If we're being honest, we're not going to be a favorite to win anything in the playoffs. But it's like just qualifying for it. There's a lot of teams that didn't make the playoffs who would have loved to be trading spots with us, but they didn't get to 11 games. And I think,
did we think we're going to have 11 wins and just squeeze into the playoffs? If you said
with three wild cards.
Yeah, with an extra wild card, and you wouldn't know until the last minute of the game in week 16 or that's technically week 17 that you were going to get in and go to 11-5. 11 and
Yeah,
5.
and that's the other thing too. Like you for a split second, I forgot that it was 11 wins. Like I was just ecstatic that we made the playoffs, and then when they showed that that graphic on the screen, you're like, wait a second, yeah, that's right. We won 11 football games. I mean, there was a point it would take 4 years to get 11 wins.
It's in my lifetime. Since I was born in 1980, and in the 1980 season we went 11-5. But it's in my lifetime. We can count how many times we won 11 games. 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th time in my life. On one hand, I can count it.
Crazy.
1980, 1986, 1994, 2020. A season where we did every, my goal this season for the Browns and for this channel was to do a pre and post game show every game, to do as many hype videos that felt necessary, right? It felt right. I didn't like doing hype videos after losses. I didn't like doing that kind of stuff, but I like doing hype videos when we kind of needed it. And then the Wednesday shows too. I mean, we started up the Wednesday show this season, which was another, cool thing. And, maybe there'll be even more content coming next year. Who knows? But this season for me has been, for us as a team here on the Brownie Postgame channel, it has been fantastic. For the Browns themselves, I mean, we get to have another show next week. And I think that's pretty amazing that we get to get a pregame and postgame show again next week. And that's really just what I wanted. I just wanted one, this one Christmas present, New Year's present, birthday present, call it whatever you want.
Wednesday show coming up too.
Yeah, we have another one. It wouldn't be the post-mortem Wednesday show. This is like continuing on the Wednesday show. Which is just wild and crazy.
I sent you that video of the Juju trolling.
Did you send it on Twitch or on Twitter?
On Twitter, but you know what the best part is? I won't even let you take one guess. I'll let you take a half a guess on who the one that was filming that and probably was the ringleader of the whole thing, and probably put his guys in a bad spot. Who do you think it is?
Baker? I don't know.
No.
I don't
think of somebody that
I'm looking at it now. It's got to be Mac Wilson.
Yep. Winner.
It's got to be, because I just looked and saw who was doing the dances.
Yep.
Browns troll Juju Smith. All right, so let's take a look at this. This was
when did he do the dance?
In the locker room.
Oh, in the locker room.
So this is Corey. I'll link this. I'll link this.
Yeah, I guess not.
I'm gonna copy. I'll put this in the chat for everybody. Let's take a look at this dance. Yeah, it was definitely Mac Wilson who's doing. Yeah, I could see it. It was.
Yeah, and if you look in the top left, it's his account.
Can have fun with that, I guess, but
yeah, I mean,
stupid, because they could come back next week and just use that as fuel.
Yeah,
just
and who knows if they will? I mean, is it? I didn't listen to it with the volume. I don't know if you did. I don't know if there's any. If they said anything about it, or if that, like, is that what the dance they did? Is that his dance? I don't know. I don't know. I don't follow that. But.
I don't know. But Mac Wilson's got to. I think he's got to worry about learning how to tackle before he starts, putting out more TikTok videos.
Hey, but he looked good in the driveway taking that selfie before he left for the stadium.
Yeah, he's got the shoes. His tweets, pictures with his shoes, just like. I was sending you a message.
You sent me that.
Looked like Corey Coleman.
Yeah.
Him
in his collection.
Look where Coco is today.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can't have an opportunity, and we've been hard on him all year, but I mean, it's warranted.
Yeah.
And then you take today. I mean, you got James Conner on a screen pass 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It's you and him. And you bump off him? Like, come on.
He whiffed.
That's the one they should play in our locker room to maybe show him how vulnerable he is. And,
Yeah, if I was the Steelers, I'd be like, I would just show that play and tweet that out.
right?
Yeah.
I'd be
I
like,
mean,
what did you do?
clearly he's going to be fighting for a roster spot next year. If Phillips plays the way he did today, if that's like I said, if that's what we're going to get out of him with always in the right place, it seemed violent. I mean, he's a keeper. Mac Wilson. I don't. You just don't figure out how to wrap up.
I think the good thing about Mac is a 5th-round pick. We're not paying him a whole lot of money, so it's like it's not going to be a big cap hit if we lose him, or if we keep him, we're still not paying him a whole lot of money. So it's not like he's in a position where he needs to be extended or anything. So
yeah, I agree.
You know, I just would rather him not do stuff like that. It's immature, I think, to be honest. But I mean, they're excited, so it's cool. Be excited. But I mean, if you look at what people are saying in chat, I mean, I think people in chat pretty much have the same feelings as we do.
Watching all the scores, no surprises in the late game so far. Colts are up big, and Titans are winning too.
Yeah, everybody's really big on Jacob Phillips. I agree, and Mike, you were big on Jacob Phillips for basically all year, and he played aggressive today, and it's really nice to see. You know, I think at this point, you know, again, I'm happy we made the playoffs. It's great, and I think that our team's a little bit beat up, and it's like we made it. You know,
yeah,
we made it into the playoffs, guys. Congratulations, but I don't have any expectations for next week.
I think
I just want to have a solid game against them. Don't get embarrassed.
Yeah, I agree.
Off the field. Don't let Roethlisberger rub it in, or any of the Steelers. I think it'll be a hard fought game. I think our guys are going to show up, and hopefully we don't lose anybody more to COVID, and just deal with it as best we can. Stefanski will have them ready one way or the other. Hopefully you get a couple of days of practice in, and you put some new plays in that they didn't see this week. Obviously, we're going to have to fill more holes in the defensive side of the ball, but it is what it is. They, I don't know if they lost anybody, but they played guys the whole game. So I mean, they're going to be tired next week too.
Okay.
I hope. First and foremost, I hope Vernon's okay with that ankle, because we need him. We need him. There's no doubt. Without him, you're not gonna win that game. And I hope we get Denzel back, and we'll get Goodson back. But yeah, like you said, Dan, we just have to hope and cross our fingers that COVID's out of the building at this point, and we're not chasing our tail all week again.
I mean, I think that it's almost a miracle that we were able to even play this game today. With the reports coming out that Pittsburgh was going to sit their starters, the majority of starters. We all sat there and go, okay, we have a better chance now. But then when our players started going out with COVID, I was like, this isn't good, right? This could potentially be the the equalizer. And I really do mean, I was nervous about that. We were talking about this on the pregame show with Mark, that my Lord, our secondary is suspect. And, but hey, Ronnie Harrison, I think, played a good game. Stewart played a good game too. I can't complain with the interception. That was big. I think that for all intents and purposes, we did as good a job as we could. It just came down to, like, I thought we were going to get to Miles or Mason Rudolph a lot more, and Miles was I mean, he was basically game planned out of the game. He was not really a big factor. He actually dropped back into coverage a couple times, I noticed. So, which is interesting, but it is what it is. Nick Chubb goes over 1,000 yards. I want to say this might be the first year he did that.
Yeah, he didn't. He just missed last year.
That's right. He had that loss.
Henry had a game at the end that took the title away from him.
Yeah, and then he had.
He had 1494 last year. He had 996 the year before that, so that was the year that he went over.
Okay.
So almost. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he's rushed for 1,000 yards every year that we've had him, right? He actually did rush for 1,000 yards his rookie year, and then lost 4 yards in the next next runs.
That's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
And no receiving touchdowns this year or last year from Nick Chubb, interestingly, but lots of rushing touchdowns this year from him. I think he had 12 after today's big game, and
another big thing too is Baker, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So I mean, under 10 picks for on the year, learn a new offense. So 3,500 yards, 26 touchdowns. I would say that that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, with the rushing touchdowns too. I mean, Jarvis with the rushing touchdown today. That was a tricky little play. I liked it. High percentage type play as well. And then Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt with a bunch of touchdowns. So we scored a boatload of points, but I don't mind that Baker doesn't have to throw 50 touchdowns. I really don't.
Yeah.
If we have guys that can break, 50-yard touchdowns or 20-yard, 15, 10-yard touchdown runs, I'm cool with that. Just get into the end zone, score points. That's what it takes to win in the NFL. You got to score points and not make it not put it on the kicker, right? And I want to say this again. I am very glad that it didn't come down to Cody Parkey having to make a field goal for us to make it into the playoffs. I think that would have been just a tragedy. All in all, that would have really not been fun to I would have been holding my breath.
Yeah.
Or if we would have not made that third down, what do you think we do? You think we go for it on fourth down? Or do you think we punt and make them go half the field to get into field goal range?
Yeah, good
That's
kicker.
a good question.
I made every kick and with room left over, so I would have had probably a lot more faith in him than I would have had in Parkey. But I don't know. I don't know what Stefanski would have done. It would have been a big decision. And it depends on, was it inches? Was it, when they went, it was almost 2 yards.
Yeah, it was like 3rd and 2.
Yeah. So it wasn't 1. And again, if you'd asked me, would that play that they call work without even a fake to Hunt going up the middle to draw the linebackers?
No,
I don't know.
We were all in, go to the right. And I think the right was a short side of the field too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it's like, don't give him any margin for error. It was like, we're going to make the playoffs with this play or not.
Could fumble it. He's not used to.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to slide. He had to go head first to make the first down, and he could have taken a shot because they would have loved to have laid him out on that play.
Yeah, it's weird. We have Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, and a good fullback.
Yeah.
And we decided to do a QB sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah, QB sweep for the playoffs, and Baker got it.
There was no option to pass. He was running the whole time.
It was 100% QB sweep.
Right.
If you go back earlier in the game, the one when we dropped back to pass, I think it was 3rd down and 3, and then went for it on 4th and 7 when him and Higgins didn't connect.
Right.
I just look at that point in the game. I mean, that would have been the conversation had we not won. And I just hope that if we see that situation again, I mean, was it 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3? I know it was one of those two. I can't remember what it was, but I mean, if you're already in the mindset that you're going to go for it on 4th down, run the ball on 3rd down and see if you could pick up those 2 yards, 3 yards, and then at least you have a 4th and manageable where you don't have to get back into the an empty set. I think he might have had Hunt next to him, but regardless, we know you're passing on 4th and 7. You're not running. So that was my one. But the one part of the game where I had some questions, if you will.
Yeah. And again, and somebody mentioned it earlier and I missed it, but in chat, but no play action. Not a whole lot of play action, not a whole lot of motion.
No.
And you know, it was interesting seeing for Pittsburgh's perspective. I think here's the really interesting thing: when they had their third string quarterback come in and do those a lot of that option stuff. It was free practice of that, essentially live game practice for them. That's all today was live game practice for their backup players, and to be able to see like, hey, is this something that we could maybe dial up if we play the Browns again next week? Is this something that maybe we could run against the Browns next week? You know, whatever. So,
Well, I think Rudolph can beat us next week if Roethlisberger goes down. I was hoping he would have a lousy game and we would beat him pretty bad. And therefore, if Roethlisberger did go down next week, he would come in and we'd still, feel comfortable that we're going to win the game. I don't feel, after watching today, I don't feel that if Roethlisberger goes down, Rudolph would play all that bad. I think he got enough confidence out of today's game with the passing, those 3 long passes that he made. He dropped right on the dime, and those guys made the catches. So it's got to be a big boost for him.
He's an okay quarterback. He's not a guy who's going to lead a team to 12, 15 wins a season. I think he's like a 9-7 type quarterback. That interception he threw was inexcusable.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, you can't do that in the pros. You just can't. It's going to be intercepted.
Yeah, we missed him just a couple of times. We were a nanosecond away from hitting him to the point where it would affect his throw. And on at least 2 of those long passes that we were close, we just couldn't get there. and sure enough, it was like the Fitzpatrick throw last week. He eaves it up with his face being twisted around to his back because of the face mask, and he drops it to a wide open guy so that they can win the game. I mean,
I guess Miami has to hold their breath right now, right? Because they've got when does the Colts are playing right now and they're winning.
Yeah.
So
Colts are up 17-0.
Yeah, so it looks like
Miami's.
Miami's.
There's no way the Jags were losing that game. I think isn't this the game they started Cleo Lemon?
Or no,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100% positive that they named Cleo Lemon the starter this week.
In Jacksonville?
Yes.
It looks like it's Mike Glennon.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, he's got 4. He's got the passing attempts right now. They don't want to win that game. They want to be 1-15 and take their quarterback. They want Trevor Lawrence, and I don't blame them.
They? Or do they want Justin Fields?
I don't know. I mean, going into that game, everybody was saying. I mean, I looked at Trevor Lawrence in that game. He looks like a drop back passer, but Justin Fields looks like he could be
like a bigger, extremely faster Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's got a little Cam Newton in him too.
Yeah, for me, I would run up and hand in the card for Justin Fields, but that's just me.
Well, Justin Fields beat him in the Elite 11 when they were in high school. So high school, they played against each other, or at least in the Nike Elite 11, and Justin Fields ended up, he was the 2, and Trevor Lawrence was the number 1, and Justin Fields beat him. Then he goes to Georgia, doesn't play, because they decided they wanted to play Jake Fromm. Whereas in Clemson, they started, Trevor right away. And if Georgia would have started Fields or got him ready, maybe Georgia would be in a different position right now. But leaves, goes to Ohio State.
Fromm would be a great pickup for somebody. I know he's the backup, I think, for Buffalo. So he's not getting any playing time. But if you're looking for a quarterback and you...
Well, I mean, you got to figure like Carson Wentz is probably going to be on the market.
Yeah. They said that relationship is fractured, and he prefers the Colts from the report I read this morning.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hey, I want to say again, thank you guys for everybody watching. I think we should probably wrap up.
Yeah.
We will be back on the Wednesday show. I have you guys. I'm going to post the links one more time for Sabo Apparel here. Boom. And also for Homage as well, guys. Boom, boom. And over on Twitch. Should probably post it on Twitch as well for my Twitch people. I just want to make sure you guys can get entered into that. Boom. Oh my gosh, Twitch, come on, you're killing me. All right, so Sabo apparel and homage. Get into the giveaways on this stuff. Boom. All right, 2 links are out there. Appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate everybody being here for this season. It's been a wild, crazy season. Apologize for the issues, the technical issues going into the stream. I'll have to figure out what happened there. But in all intents and purposes, we had a good season. We played well. We're still alive. Made the playoffs. Well, I don't know what else we could ask for. As good as it could be.
I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I'll tune in to watch you guys on the Wednesday show and
The Wednesday show.
my drink tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. or whatever, and
Mugs up.
About another victory next week.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Go Brownies.